Okay, we're back for this next part. Alan, you wanted to say something. I think you wanted to clarify something from the previous part.
The thing about the Citizens card, match day card, to be a member of a supporters branch, you just need a Citizens member number, not a Citizens match day number. So there's two different cards. There's one of the other. It's a Citizens member. That's the minimum they need, which holds a number.
Which means you still have to pay. You still have to pay.
I haven't got that information.
Yeah.
You still have to do, yes.
I'm
not sure how much.
Yeah, I think it's about 20 quid or something like that. So you still have to pay to be a Citizens member to join an official supporters club as well.
So I apologise for that wrong information.
No, it's all right. No. It was just the difference between Citizens member and a match day member. The actual concept is still exactly the same. You have to be pay City, and then pay your official supporters club as well to get a number. Okay, so we're coming to Tom. It's your question next, mate.
Right, because a certain someone's obviously going out the door now, and we're obviously going to get a certain amount of money in. My golden question to you guys is: would you prefer to spend the money on a new winger, or spend the money on a centre-back and keep Jesus and Sterling as the left-wing options? And I will go to Carl in Washington first.
Oh, centre-back all day long.
Yeah.
Play Jesus as a left winger and buy centre-back. Skriniar.
Yeah, cool. Martin?
I'd like to replay. I'd like both, but if I had a choice, centre-back all day long. Because I think Jesus will end up natural position as a left winger.
Yeah, I agree. Alan?
I would a defender. I'd like both, but a defender is an absolute must. It's the number one priority.
Yeah. Chris?
I'm pretty much with everyone there, mate, is that centre-back is our main priority. So if we are selling Sane for whatever, I'd spend that on a centre-back. I would only clarify that by saying let's sell Mahrez and then spend the money on replacing Sane with that.
Fair enough. Andy?
Yeah. Full house for me. If there's only one option, I'm seriously hoping there's going to be more options than just that.
Yeah.
But if it came to the only option is selling Sane, well, if according to you lot we're going to get 35-40 million for him, we're not going to buy. we're not going to get much for that, which means we're going to have to pay a lot more money for somebody. But yeah, if that was the only option. Yeah, I'd definitely have a centre-back coming in.
And the outsider, Cal, what would you choose?
Same as everyone else, a defender, because I think Foden isn't actually going to be David Silva's replacement. I think Foden's going to go onto the left, and I think Bernardo Silva's going to become David Silva's replacement, and I think you're going to bring in a new centre-back.
Yeah, there we go.
Interesting.
So
Bernardo on the left and David Silva's replacement up with Bernardo, you reckon?
Yeah, the reason I think Foden will be on the left, and I know people say Sterling on the left, but Sterling on the left, he doesn't create as much damage, nowhere near, as he can on the right, because he can cut in better on the right and cause more danger for everyone else. So that's what I think will happen.
I agree with you there. It should be right.
Yeah.
There's another option we haven't discussed for a long time is Phil Foden taking Sane's position. Interesting. Very interesting. Is that it? Right. Okay. Tom, have you go, mate?
Yeah, I have to go, and I've just got to share something with everybody.
Hey, buddy.
This is a beautiful piece of work. Justice for Leroy. Yeah. So
he's joined in a lion.
Yeah. So I hope everybody has a safe weekend, and hope everybody enjoys it with their families. And let's hope for the big German master to come back on Monday night and show us what we've been missing. So
I'm quite hoping a weight falls on your foot tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Hey, that's my son you're talking about.
I will tell you, I'll tell you, you did something before you left England. I'm telling you right now.
Well, listen, well said, Tom. I'm with you, buddy.
Thanks again, guys. I appreciate it.
Tom.
And it's always good spending the night with you guys because you're all great people. So thank you, guys.
See you
later, boys. See you later.
We'll see you Sunday night.
Yeah, see you later, guys.
All right, buddy. Right. Okay. So that was Tom's
Oh,
question.
thank God.
Oh, we miss him. Let's get rid of Martin. Come back, Tom. Chris,
Hello, mate.
you've got a bit of a different question here. What's this all about?
Well, my question is, Andy, we'll just have a look at this here. Is it appropriate for Man City TV to be having people dressed in red when they're presenting?
No, not
No, absolutely.
Unacceptable.
Totally.
And I am very disappointed in a
For
certain
me,
Man City.
mate,
Games?
for me, it's a
so
sackable offence.
offensive.
It's a sackable
So
offence.
offensive.
Sacrilege.
Do you ever see me in red?
No, mate, never. But you've got something about you as a person. Anyway, so
Chris,
Look
the
at
only
his
thing
face.
red-
Look
the
at
only
his
thing-
face.
the only
Excuse
thing
me,
red in
my
my house,
children bought me that as a Father's Day present last
and I
year.
will throw it in the bin.
they don't love you. So, so my
Chris,
question. Go on, Alan.
Chris, the only thing red in my house is a newspaper. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Good on you, Alan. And that's how it should be. So my question is, Andy, away from football, what sporting moment lives on in your memory and why?
Away from football.
Yeah, away from football. Because it always goes back to that 93 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
go away from
Ginger
football.
nut Dunkin' biscuits. How about that?
Oh, right. Who's that to, mate?
Well, I'll stay away from the buffoons first. So I'll go to Carl first.
For me, I think it was the Olympic Games in Seoul, Korea, 1988, 100 meters final. Ben Johnson, Carl Lewis, the whole fiasco. Yeah.
Do you know what, Carl? Carl, you always answer the question. What goes through my mind every time?
Really?
That is the same one as me. Same one every
Seriously,
time.
man.
Every time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. I mean, the drama around, first of all, Ben Johnson kind of leaves him for dead. And then the whole drugs issue, it was just a week of just chaos.
Exactly that. Carl Lewis versus Ben Johnson, and,
Yeah.
and the way he won that race,
Yeah.
and how pent up he was.
Yeah.
And I remember being at home and looking at that and thinking, wow, what have I just watched?
Yeah.
And then the whole drug thing that followed was
Oh,
like,
my goodness. Yeah.
all right, yeah,
Sticks
absolutely.
in my mind. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Same as me, mate.
Wow. Not one I must admit, not one I thought of, but I remember it.
He does it every time, Andy.
I know.
The
You
question about
always do that.
about other sportsmen, Roger Federer, he's done it again. So yeah, absolutely. I'll go to Alan next.
Oh, it's a toss-up between two cricket games for me. The World Cup final this year, England New Zealand final, and that drama at the end was incredible. I was jumping up down on my bed over here, with everyone's phoning up left, right, and centre, and going crazy. And I will say the Ben Stokes innings at Headingley, which I went to the first 2 days of that Test match when we were shite, and then I went to the Bournemouth game watching City on that day when Stokesy put that last innings on, and won it on his own. When we were coming out at Bournemouth, I don't know if anyone went to that game. All the people were underneath the Bournemouth stand, the away end, and the TV was on, and everyone stopped to watch the cricket and singing Barmy Army song, and even Bournemouth fans came in to watch it. I would say between those two, before this year, I would have said Headingley 1981, and Botham and Bob Willis bowling Australia out for less than 111, which they needed, was brilliant. So I'd say cricket, double cricket, and three cricket ones.
Brilliant. I mean, Alan, great answer as well, mate, because I think that Ben Stokes, I'm a massive cricket fan myself, so Ben Stokes' innings was just something else, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it was, mate. Yeah. That was, on another level. Fantastic.
I watched it.
We were in the stand at Bournemouth, and I'm looking at my phone. I'm actually watching it on my phone rather than watching the last 10 minutes of the game, which we were winning 2-0, right? I ended up watching on my phone, then going on stand and watching it. It was incredible. And everyone's going, what score is it? What score is it? No one was interested in the football last 5 minutes. Yeah. Everyone was asking me in the away end of Bournemouth.
Yeah. Everyone. The only thing that I would say on cricketing wise was Stuart Broad skittling them at Trent Bridge was when they went all out for 60 was just something else. But yeah, that Ben Stokes thing, amazing. So I'll come now to Cal.
Well, favourite sports moment, that's not football.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know this, but I'm going to MMA. This is about 11 years ago when Fabricio Verdun beat Fedor Emelianenko in Strikeforce with a submission because Fedor had been unbeaten. Fedor's Russian, he'd been unbeaten for like 11 years. He was in at 20 and something and one loss, but his loss was due to a disqualification. And sorry, to a doctor stoppage, and he drops Fabricio Verdun, had been cut from the UFC, and he was one of them fighters that people thought was good but wasn't going anywhere, and Fedor drops Verdun, and Fedor comes in to knock him out cold, and then Fabricio Verdun wraps him up and makes him tap, and that was when everyone realised in MMA, it doesn't matter who you've beat or how big you think you are, there's levels to this, anyone can beat anyone, and that changed the entire landscape of MMA. Because no one expected him to beat him, and then Fedor after that never really recovered to what he had done in Japan, where he dominated everybody.
Brilliant. Nice one, Cal. I'll go to Andy, and I'll leave the idiot till last.
I've got two. One is more a personal one. I'll go for that one first, and that was the 2003 England Rugby World Cup in Australia. We were about to go to a wedding, which was sadly my friend's wedding, who died last week. She died last week, 48 years of age. But I remember we watched that game in the morning with my lads. My lads were only young, and just the ending with Johnny Wilkinson's drop goal, and we were late. We were actually late. It was like 11:30, if I remember, in the morning or something like that. And we were going, shit. And my wife's going, come on, we've got to go. And we're going, can't go yet, And we're watching it. And we stayed and we watched it, and it was amazing. So a big shout out, rest in peace to my friend Claire. But for me, going back to 81. It has to be Ian Botham, Bob Willis, Headingley.
Awesome, yeah, I agree.
I watched it as you always did in those days, and and the music, watching it, and I mean Botham's innings and Bob Willis's, rest in peace, Bob, his eight wickets and whatever else he got. It was just phenomenal. It was, and my hero is Ian Botham, one of them. It was the England Rugby World Cup, and Botham and Willis in the 81 Headingley Test against Australia in the Ashes.
And Andy, the best thing about England Australia is over here when we managed to beat them at anything at all. The next day in the papers here, there's nothing. They don't report it. Yeah. It's on like page 22. A small column at the end saying, "Oh, by the way, Australia got beat by England in such a game." And when the Lions, when the rugby union were 3-0 over here, the day after, 0 in any of the papers. Nothing at all. It didn't happen, and that's the difference between the English press and Australian press. They don't print anything negative about their sports teams.
I know.
Sounds like Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
It's
like the Liverpool. It's like the Liverpool Echo. Okay, so go on. Right. Okay.
Brilliant, because that's funny that, Andy, because my best mate and I was best man for his wedding on the World Cup final in 2000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really? Yeah.
Wow.
And we were like, we'll get dressed straight after the final whistle, and we'll make it down on time. And it went into extra time, didn't it?
Yeah.
And we were in the same boat. We were running around. We couldn't not watch the final, and we made it just in time for the wedding. So it So
I think we had like a 15-mile drive or something like that, and it was like literally, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? And it was like, we've got to see this. But yeah, we managed to make it.
And finally, to my mate, really, to Martin.
I don't even know who you are. I don't even know why you come on. Anyway, right. Who are you? Should you be on Aston Villa Fan TV? Anyway,
I don't wear red.
Come on.
No, but you don't mind a bit of ginger. Anyway, right, no, mine, it's, I've got to, I think everyone's got to.
Come on, crack on.
It's going downhill.
I've got to. One of them is Frank Bruno and Oliver McCall.
Yeah.
Because I remember the nation with that, and how everyone just had this big loving for Frank Bruno. You know, little did people know he had to have this, immediate title defence with Mike Tyson. So the loving did. That was the only way he got the title shot. And then the other one was, this is what got me into the sport, was Damon Hill winning his championship in Japan and listening to Murray Walker. Absolutely. It was like his long lost son had just won this, just won everything.
You've heard of Graham Hill, haven't you?
I've never seen a more biased commentator than Murray Walker against Damon Hill. It was just unreal.
Graham.
Pardon?
Graham. Graham Hill.
Oh, but obviously, can I finish?
You two, what you like?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Well, are you going to interrupt?
No, we're asking you to come on. Hurry up.
Beg your pardon, it's not that. I know, I'm not one down that road. And obviously, what made it better?
That's not with a tone.
It was the fight with his teammate Jacques Villeneuve. It was just, the whole thing was amazing, and that got me into Formula One. Now, I'm not a big Lewis Hamilton fan because of his attitude.
What attitude? What attitude?
Martin should have been a psychologist.
Is he a sulker? Is he a sulker?
No, he's a cocky little sod.
He has every right to be cocky. He's brilliant.
Lewis Hamilton is the Ronaldo one.
Wow.
Wow, dear me.
I don't know. Oh. Martin, you're an absolute legend, mate. A legend. Right, okay. I tell you what, we're going to have a quick break. We're going to come back, and we've got 2 questions to go. That is Carl, the Everton fan. We're going to finish off with Alan's questions. So don't forget, question for you below. What's been your favourite moment outside sport? So give us your comments below. Not football, just about any other sports. But take care and tune in for the next episode on the Friday Night Social.